like, you know what? You should eat healthy so you'll be healthy. Because there's a saying, you are what you eat. And I'm like, really? You are what you eat? What if you're a dick? And then they will go, for you to be happy and stay happy, what you need to do is to not let the child inside of you die. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense, especially when you're pregnant. Like the introduction says, I have 3 jobs, so I go around a lot. And one day I was driving, I saw this house that put up a sign that says, puppies for sale. But then 6 months later, the sign is still there. And now it says, dogs for sale. And I'm like, those must be some really ugly puppies that nobody wants to buy them when they were puppies, right? But then 6 months later, the sign is still there. But it no longer says dogs for sale, it now says caldereta for sale. Please explain caldereta to your foreign companions so they can have it actually. I have a 5-year-old son. Any parents here who has 5-year-old sons? Yeah? And you know how 5-year-olds ask the most adorable questions, right? We were driving over at EDSA. We were stuck in traffic over at EDSA. And he was like, Dad, what is hell? And I'm like, hell is a place of eternal pain and suffering. Sometimes we call it EDSA. And I realized I didn't do very well in that question, because when children ask you questions, you don't just answer. Your answer must have some kind of a moral value in it, right? Like stay in school or whatever, right? So the next time he asked me again, Daddy, what is a hole? Stay in school. Thank you very much. And then I realized I didn't do very well in that one either. So the next time he asked me a question, I promise that I'm going to do my best. So sure enough, he asked me another question. It's like, Dad, why do cockroaches eat garbage? And I'm like, because they don't have a job. You know why they don't have a job? Because they didn't go to school. Do you have a classmate who is a cockroach? Exactly. So stay in school. Thank you very much. When you're stuck in traffic in EDSA, which is every day, right? You can't help but notice the stuff around you. And, I noticed this huge banner about baby milk formula. And sure enough, even on printed signs, they have the disclaimer that says, breast milk are still best for babies, right? And I agree, because I tried it myself. When I was a baby, come on. But why do we call breast milk, right? Don't all milk come from some sort of a breast? Is there really a reason for being specific about it? It's like calling tears eye tears, or corruption, government corruption, right? I mean, are there any other parts of the body that we are squeezing to get milk out of that I don't know about? Because I can tell you this, there's this one part of the body that when you squeeze it, white stuff would come out. Yeah, but that's not milk. It's called whiteheads. Thank you, yeah. And then I looked back at my son in the passenger seat and I realized that his Iron Man toy actually glows in the dark, which I thought was cool, but it was kind of stupid. Because kids, they don't play with their toys in the dark, right? Women, on the other hand, have toys that they use in the dark. It's called voodoo dolls. So why not make glow-in-the-dark voodoo dolls? And speaking of women and glow-in-the-dark, why not glow-in-the-dark feminine wash? Yeah. Girls, when you use this, it will not only make you feel fresh down there, it's actually going to glow in the dark. I mean, I can imagine this product saving women a lot of pain in the ass. Like, literally. You guys have a favorite show on TV? Wow, only one person, my son. I have one. It's Voltes 5, and I like it even when I grew up, because Voltes 5 predicted future technologies. Have you ever noticed that in Voltes 5 everything is voice command? The guy was like, laser sword, and the sword comes out, right? Voltes bazooka, and the bazooka comes out. It's like Siri, but for some reason the guy always had to yell. Right? Ultra electromagnetic torch. I'm like, dude, you're inside the robot's head. You can't get any closer than that, man. You don't really need to shout. What if the voices in our heads are like this, yelling at you all the time, right? I can imagine a guy, his business is not doing very well, and the voice in his head is like, an entire year? And no one is buying them? Caldereta!